Aaron Rodgers. We keep hearing him all like between him and Deshaun Watson. We've heard those names multiple times in the offseason. And the biggest thing is he still going to come back? So I guess the most latest thing that we've heard is that he got offered this offer would have made him the highest paid quarterback in football. And he still said no, guys. He still said no. So it's not about the money. He clearly does not want to play for this team. You could offer him $1 billion and he does not want to play for this team. What did they say to this guy to make him hate the Packers so much? I mean, do you have
Yeah,
any
man.
thoughts here?
He's. I mean, it's just clear as day that he's. We talked about earlier on a previous episode that he's. His whole thing is the culture of the team, and like there's some people in the front office that he doesn't mesh with like that, and it seems like it's at a point where no amount of money is gonna, they say money that can't buy happiness, and that's being proven right here. He's like, I don't care what you pay me, if and I don't know who it is, but if this guy and this guy and this guy is still here, I'm not signing the contract.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, man, he is one of the greatest football players of all time. Is he gonna sit out? Could you imagine Aaron Rodgers just sitting out, being like, no, you're either trading me or I'm not playing. Like, I will happily just not play. I'll retire. I'll go golfing
I
and
know.
host Jeopardy. I'll come back in 2 years when I'm 40 after some years off like Brett Favre, and I'll go play somewhere else. Because, like,
Yeah, I mean, that whole idea blows my mind because, like, what kind of quarterback who has been in the NFC Championship game 3 or 4 times in a row, like, you're so close to getting another ring. You're so close. And
and
it's
I think
just like,
the Packers know that. I think that's their leverage, is like, they're kind of looking at the situation like, really, bro? You're not going to sit out. You're not going to miss 17 games worth of padding your stats. You're not going to miss out on a chance to get a second ring when everybody's telling you have to get one in order to be ranked where you want to be at. They're like,
right.
hey, one's not going to cut it. The Packers know this, and I think that's why they're holding so strong. Is I think they believe, and I think most of the fans too, that he's gonna ultimately play because he's not going to sacrifice a whole year of his life
Exactly.
and miss out on opportunities. But I mean, to me, like, if I'm the Packers, like, is this like a game to you or something? Because like, he's done so much for you. Like, look at Julio Jones and look at Aaron Rodgers. Julio Jones was like, I don't want to be here anymore, please. And the Falcons were like, okay, where would you like to go?
Yeah.
And they sent him there when they got for a package that they probably could have got more from somebody else. And then you look at Aaron Rodgers, and he's like, I don't want to be here anymore, please. And the Packers are like, too fucking bad.
Right. But I mean, you got to think
It's
about where
just
the
interesting.
Packers and the Falcons are in their
That's also true.
franchises.
That's also true. The Falcons are going nowhere, and the Packers are in contention. That's very true as well. But just to me, I mean, I feel like, let's say 3 years ago, uh, if the Saints lose to the Rams. No, actually, let's do when the Saints lost to the Vikings and the Stephon Diggs play. 'Cause that makes more sense because Drew Brees actually played pretty well in that game. So let's do that one. Let's say Drew Brees is like, you know what, dude? Y'all motherfuckers over here are not helping me, right? And he wants to get traded. I can almost guarantee that the Saints would have been just like, okay, man, where do you want to go? Even though they're still a contending team. And maybe it's just because the Saints are like a joke of a franchise before Drew Brees got there. So it's kind of like they owe him everything. Whereas the Packers don't really owe Aaron like anything at all because they've been here and done that forever. Maybe that's a difference. But I don't know. I just feel like out of respect, you should. If he doesn't
Yeah.
want to be there, you can't hold him. I mean, technically you can hold him hostage, but like it's kind of a bad look. It's kind of like Houston, right? Like everybody looks at Houston like, fuck you guys for just holding Deshaun Watson hostage down there when he wanted to get out. So it kind of puts a bad taste in other players' mouths when it comes to your, front office when they see stuff like this.
Yeah. I mean, trying to sit here and think about how Aaron Rodgers views this whole entire situation, like being told that you can't go somewhere when you want to go somewhere, like The fact that you feel trapped and you have no options, or I mean, you have like honestly, he could play for all kinds of teams right now, and anybody would
Yeah.
gladly take him. But it's the fact that like, hey, if I want to go somewhere, are you guys going to fight me about it? Like, I'm one of your best quarterbacks. I'm probably your best quarterback since Brett Favre, or
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, debatably better than Brett Favre. And
True.
obviously, and they keep fighting him. It's just like it's just not a good relationship to have with someone who's treated your franchise so well and represented your franchise so well. And I get that. It's an unfortunate relationship, and I don't know what's exactly making him so upset. And I wish I did know. I want to know what happened between Aaron Rodgers
I
and that front
have
office. I really do.
I have a small uh idea. I think that I like he's like, and I believe him when he said that drafting Jordan Love wasn't anything to do with it. What happened is Aaron Rodgers knew that they were ready to give up on him, like he was going to fall off a cliff. Okay, so he came out last season and was like, "Hold this, I'm gonna win MVP."
And now I'm out.
Should have got to the Super Bowl. Probably should have. I mean, say what you want. The defense let him down a little bit, but at the end of the day, there was some questionable play calling and stuff. So, you know,
Exactly.
you never know. But he was there, and he was like, okay. So this offseason, I feel like he went to them and was like, okay, so you wanted to get rid of me in the offseason of 2021, so let's do it. Come on, let's go. And now all of a sudden they don't want to. Oh, now you don't want to get rid of me, huh? Yeah, I didn't think so, but too late. You already burned the bridge
And they
by
kind of
thinking I was
like,
good, by thinking I was going to be done. So fuck you. I
yeah,
won this MVP. You can go play with Jordan Love, and I want to go play somewhere else.
exactly.
And I think that's where the rift is.
Yeah,
If you're asking
I'm
me.
with you 100%. And I think it got even worse towards that last game that he played when, they kicked the field goal instead of actually going for it. And,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, like, I swear I can almost hear Aaron Rodgers kind of going back and forth with the coach about that decision. And like it just
yeah,
shows that they do not only do they not want to tell him what's going on what they draft, but they also don't want to tell him what's going on with the play calling.
yeah,
Hey, we're not going to trust you. We don't care what you think we should do here. We're going to do what we want. This
yeah,
entire franchise is controlled by the front office, and the quarterback has no say. Whether it's about the drafting, whether it's about play calling, in the most important games, I think it's just a combination of a couple of those things.
And then you watch the Super Bowl and you see how just torn to pieces the Chiefs were. And you start to think to yourself, like, man, it looks like the Chiefs had no chance of beating anybody in the Super Bowl. So you would have won your second ring
Yep, absolutely.
if you got there. Like, there's almost no question about it. The Chiefs were just devastated. Like, they were just,
If I mean, as
their
long as the
roster was,
Packers would have played defense like they did,
yeah,
I mean, Zadarius Smith would have beaten that line of life, and
exactly. It would have been almost no different at all. I mean, the Chiefs, I just remember watching that game just thinking, like, this team has no chance to beat the Packers, the Saints,
Kenny
the
Clark,
Buccaneers.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, the Rams. Oh my God, could you imagine if Aaron Donald was in there? Oh Jesus. So
yeah,
he's got to be looking at that like, man, if you just would let me go for it. But then again, he made a terrible
a decision.
decision on what was that, third down
Yeah, I think it was
or
third down or
whatever.
second down where he had like a lane as big as a Mack truck to just run it in,
Yeah,
and he chose to throw it. So it's like it's those decisions that probably make the coach think, well, hey, he
yeah,
didn't make the right decision here. Let's make sure we make the secure decision here. And I get that, but there's gotta be a little bit of gray area there where you kind of like you have to go on the gut of your quarterback. I mean, he is the one that's out there playing the game for you. I don't know.
yeah.
This is why I don't work the front office and I don't work the
It's
NFL. I'm just over here
fascinating.
talking on YouTube with you guys, but hey, it is fascinating, and I kind of want to see where it goes from here.
It's just fascinating that it's a player of his like historical magnitude. Like you don't see this every day.
No, you don't see Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or anybody like that sitting out ever. You've never seen
Yeah.
it. So
Like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady left when their teams were on the downswing. They were like, okay, you guys can rebuild. That's cool. I'm going to go continue to win games over here. It's totally different than
exactly,
being
those
potentially
teams
the
actually
best
let them
team.
go. Peyton Manning, Colts.
Yeah.
The Colts let Peyton Manning go. The Patriots let Tom Brady go.
And it's like you said earlier, it's because those teams knew they were going to start losing. They weren't good enough. And out of respect, they were just like, yeah, man, you go do your
But the
thing.
Packers are still contention,
Whereas
possibly
the
with or
Packers are
without.
sitting here like, they're sitting there like, man, we can't just trade away our Super Bowl hopes, you
Exactly.
know? No offense to Jordan Love, but we don't know what he can do. So technically, until he proves something, they're trading away their Super Bowl hopes. So
It's true. All right. I mean, well, there's a lot to be said here, but we still have a whole
I'm pretty sure we'll be back
stuff.
every fucking week
Yeah,
with
I
something
mean,
about
we're
this
always talking
guy.
about either Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson every week, so we'll come back to this, but it's
Ridiculous.
always fun.